customer experience, and especially here in Europe, where we have different languages, we have all different kinds of cultures, but also different laws. How can you deliver a great customer experience? What are the opportunities in the European market? What are the challenges in the European market? But also, if we look to all of this, how do we excel the expectations from the end user, which is, I think, a big challenge. We're going to talk about intelligent CX platforms. And I'm here with Nick Delis. Nick, you are the Senior Vice President for Strategic and for International. And we are at the Five9 Summit EMEA in Portugal. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's great. Let's talk about these opportunities and these challenges in the European market. Can you explain more from a customer experience perspective?
Absolutely. So let's start with, post-pandemic, what really happened. If you look, the patience level, the customer experience level needed to be boosted up. The need and the want for better experience became dramatically more imperative. Mm-hmm. So if you look at a lot of the organizations, they needed to change their strategy around how customers are treated in their channel, mm-hmm. the way they want to be treated with empathy. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, one bad experience would change the world. They would go find somebody else. So I'll give you a very good example. I do a lot of online shopping. Mm-hmm. And when I mean me, I mean my wife. And she buys a lot from a certain large provider. And that large provider couldn't provide the vitamins that I take all the time. And once I found somewhere else, I've never changed back to that provider. And that's just one experience. If you think about that being multiplied, the amount of experience you get is the value that you really have as a human being. And you want to continue to have that. So that level is to the next level, especially as we've gone away from being a brick and mortar type of society to more of an online e-commerce type of society.
And if I look to performance, what I see in the market, performance need to exceed the expectation from the end user. Then you have joy, then you have a good customer experience. Can you elaborate on that?
Absolutely. Joy is important.
Yeah.
That's obviously being a guiding principle of Five9. So yeah. Culture and joy are the two things that you have to have. How do we take that and make it a better experience for the clientele? Mm-hmm. Well, it all has to do with data, mm-hmm. believe it or not. Being your background, Yeah. So the data is very important. I'll give you a great example. So I fly a lot. Mm-hmm. I travel all over the world. And the airlines know what I like. They know that I like to be upgraded. Number one, let's call it what it is.
People want that.
Right, especially on those very long flights. Yeah. But they know what seats I want. They know the type of food I eat. They know everything about me. They know, I carry baggage. They know everything. They know I call in, when I want to be treated. And if you look, most airlines have figured some of that out. And they've started to make that a more data-driven experience where they proactively ask you, oh, we understand that you want a meal, let me go ahead and pre-order a meal mm-hmm. for you. But really it gets to more than that. Really it's, I have a flight to Brazil this week and I'm sitting in a regular economy seat in the back of the plane because I'm very cost effective. I'm a shareholder of Five9.
It's a long flight.
It's a long flight. What I would really love is for the airline to say, hey, by the way, we happen to have an upgrade for you. If you want to take that and use your miles or take that and use your special points that we have, or if you want to pay for it, tell me a week in advance. Yeah. Instead of, I'm a very loyal customer. If you take that proactive approach, you have the data on me, the likelihood of me spending more money with you is so much better. So yeah, they may lose a little bit of revenue up front because they could have sold the seat for a little bit more, but a happy customer, I'm going to come back over and over and over again to do it. So the data is really important for providing that delightful experience.
Yeah, and the data is the foundation, but you need to use the data. And if you just have the data, it's very hard. You need an intelligent CX platform. Can you explain more about it and how you can use the data, and especially how you can use it with AI and all kinds of developments that are there in the market right now, because it's amazing. I've seen all these keynotes today. Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you look through what that experience looks like. So every person has a different way that they want to experience, whether it be through digital channels or a human live interaction. And there's certain empathy that needs to happen too at some point, so we'll go back to the flight example. So I usually start on an application. So in the application, I'll select what I need to do. But the second that flight gets canceled, well, I kind of want to get some help pretty quickly. So having that proactive information, well, AI, and obviously triggering different systems in the, from a data infrastructure perspective, can tell me that flight's, delayed. They tell me, that I need to either be reassigned another flight. They can proactively take care of me. That brings a more delightful experience to everything. So if you go through and look at the big picture of, of how do you use that data? How do you use AI? Proactively give your agents the information as you come forth. So we have, at Five9, we have a product called Agent Assist. And that product is actually something where it takes the artificial intelligence, it gives natural language, it interpolates the natural language, and then it brings it to, the forefront to the agent. And that agent has the opportunity to know exactly what the conversation was so they don't have to re-ask the questions. It also has the ability to potentially give them next best actions. Oh, Nick's on this flight, it got canceled. Well, he's gonna want to rebook, and also here are his flight choices to do that. And his is the best option to do it. So empowering the agents is very important. The next piece is empowering the business. Empowering the business part of it, they need to understand what's happening in the contact center at any given time. That data is important because they need to make real-time decisions. And part of it is automation. So using automation for real-time decisions. And the other piece is actually, using the data to make proactive decisions as you go forward, into the future. Oh, I need more people to staff. Can that be automated? Possibly. Or does it give you a better visual on how we treat the customers? Or is there a better way, or is there a problem in the contact center? So all that data and all that automation and AI are all used together to empower the consumer, the agent, and of course the business.
And I really love your example because it shows how customer experience, a positive customer experience, really ties yourself to a brand, and then you come back, and that's basically the foundation of doing business. Nick, thanks a lot for your insights. Good flight next week to Brazil.
Thank you.
For the audience, thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time.